Good morning, everybody. I am super excited to be back today. So, today I'm going to do a very quick follow up episode on Stuck Sucks because we talked the other day with Sheila Andres and we talked about how being stuck absolutely sucks and what you can do about it. But I wanted to break it down a little farther and go specifically and give you 8 signs on exactly how do you know if you're stuck? Because some people have said to me, Tammy, what does stuck mean? Well, are you stuck in an unhappy job? Are you stuck in an unhappy marriage? Are you stuck in a bad relationship? Are you stuck doing what other people want you to do when you want to do something else? It's a very hard concept if you don't understand what it means to explain stuck, but it just means you're not doing what you want to do, that you have literally plateaued or stopped your forward momentum towards happiness and joy and what you want to be doing for some other reason. And that is stuck. I remember a coach one time said to me, how do you reach your people? Like, what do they want to feel? And I said, they just don't want to be stuck. And I remember him saying to me, Tammy, nobody knows what that means. I don't want to be stuck. And I said, well, if you're stuck, you do know what it means and you do understand. So today I wanted to jump on here, follow up the episode with Sheila Andres, which was an amazing episode. If you didn't listen to it, I highly suggest you go back and listen to yesterday's episode because it was full of energy. She had the greatest energy out there ever. But I also wanted to come on here and give you some clear guidelines. Like, how do you know if you're stuck? What are some signs? What are some triggers? What are some things that will make you realize, oh, yeah, I'm stuck? And then to make it even more fun, I want to give you a simple 3-step approach to starting to become unstuck. Isn't that what we all want to do? So that's what I'm going to do today. And I will make it quick because this is literally just a follow up from yesterday's podcast. So, number one, do you have constant anxiety or overwhelm? Do little things make your whole world fall apart and you feel like everything is so monumental? Are you also just kind of avoiding everything and becoming anxious about things because of fear of criticism or failure or abandonment or all of those childhood issues that you used to have where you were constantly anxious and now you're staying anxious or you're suffering from anxiety? That's a big sign you're stuck. Number two, people pleasing and approval seeking. So, are you still saying yes to everybody else but yourself? Are you trying to do things just to make sure people like you and that you are the cool one in the crowd, or that things aren't rocking, or that things are calm and together? That is people pleasing and approval seeking, and that is not doing what you need to do for you. It's doing what you need to do for everybody else. 3, do you suffer paralysis around change? I mean, it could be a little change, it could be a big change, but I know for long, 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 long time, things were chaotic, things were crazy, things were so dysfunctional that when I finally got into a rut, even if it wasn't a comfortable rut, it felt content. I felt okay. And the thought of changing literally paralyzed me. Changing a job, changing a toxic relationship, getting out of a situation that you didn't want to be in, changing apartments, moving out, leaving the state, whatever it is, does that cause you a feeling of complete and utter panic? If so, you're stuck. The other one is living on autopilot. Now, if you've never lived on autopilot or just gone through the motions of being alive, you might not understand what I'm talking about, but it's when you literally are just going through the motions that you kind of disconnected from the joy and the excitement and the spontaneity of life, and you're just going through the motions. You do the same thing every day. You don't have things that you're passionate about. You don't look at an opportunity and go, wow, is this really aligned with me and what I want to do? That is living on autopilot. The next thing is, are you still repeating those dysfunctional patterns? We know that when we grew up in a dysfunctional household, we developed some patterns. We liked chaotic environments. We sabotaged ourselves at every turn. We choose emotionally unavailable partners. We pick the wrong people. We pick the wrong friends. We make bad choices. Are you still doing that with your life, whether you want to or not? So if you find yourself doing these things and you keep saying to yourself, God, why do I do this? This is not me. Then you might be stuck. Next one is, do you have that low self-worth or a harsh inner critic? You have heard me talk about the inner critic all the time and how we talk to ourselves. And if that inner critic is still beating you down and telling you that you're bad and telling you you're lazy or that you can't do anything right, it's your self-worth and it's your feeling of I'm just not good enough. You could be stuck there. I mean, all of these things, my friend, I tell you all of this because the good news is you can get unstuck in any single one of these situations. But first, you have to be aware of the fact that you are stuck. The next one is hyper independence. Are you afraid to ask for help? You're afraid to ask for help because a couple reasons. One, you don't want to be a burden. You don't want to be annoying. It goes back to that people pleasing and approval seeking. You want everybody to think that you can do it. And the other thing is that sometimes you just don't trust that other people are going to show up for you. So you have this sense of I can do everything on my own and I'm never going to ask for help, which can work for a little while, but at the end of the day, it's not where you want to be for the rest of your life. And the last one is a big one. This is just a fear of expressing emotions in general. And you don't want to express your emotions because you're afraid that you're going to be belittled or berated or have resentment or be sad or be mad. You don't want to upset anybody else. So what do? You stuff your needs, you stuff your emotions, you stuff your thoughts, you stuff it all down inside and you don't feel. My friends, you have to feel in order to heal. And you have probably heard me say that, but this is important because I really want to let you think about that. And I'm going to read them all off and I'm going to also put these in the show notes so that you can see if you are truly stuck. Again, constant overwhelm or anxiety, people pleasing and approval seeking, the paralysis around change, living on autopilot, just existing, repeating dysfunctional patterns, having that low self-worth or harsh inner critic, being hyper independent, and having a fear of expressing emotions. Those are 8 very good telltale signs that you might be stuck. So what do you do about it? Okay, you're sitting here listening to me and you're like, okay, Tammy, I resonated with 7 of those, 8 of those things. I think I'm stuck. What do I do? First thing is become aware and own it. When you know that you're doing something that doesn't feel aligned with yourself, you have to stop yourself and you have to ask yourself why. When somebody wants to go somewhere and you don't want to go and you go anyway, sit and think about it and say, Tammy, why did you do that? Why did you go when you didn't want to go? Do I feel unsafe? Does it make me feel anxious? Is it draining me? These are the things you want to know, like why you did these things. And then you can start to think about them. Begin looking for patterns. Begin looking to try to find out where that came from in your childhood, like that you developed these patterns or these feelings or these thinking and these things that are misaligned that you're doing. Where did this come from? Because you want to use the past to dictate to the future. You want to erase those things and we can work on all of that together. But the biggest thing first to start with, to start getting unstuck, is just to become aware, take ownership of the fact that you are stuck, that you do have these patterns, because together, as long as you're aware and you know you want to change, you can change them. So awareness and ownership is one. The second one is boundaries and nervous system reset. So you've heard me talk a lot, if you've listened to some of my episodes, about how everything kind of gets stuck in your nervous system. So all those anxieties, all those fears, all those thoughts, all those emotions, all those past things are all stuck in your nervous system. And you want to really start regulating that. A good way to practice that is to do breath work, walk barefoot on the sand or in the grass. Shake out your nervous system. You know how dogs do that? They shake after they have some kind of confrontation. They just shake. That helps too. Practice micro boundaries. I call them micro boundaries. So, well, I don't call them that, but they're called that. So little things. Start saying no one day at a time, one thing at a time, one truth at a time. Do something that feels aligned to you. And it can be a baby step. You can, if your husband asks you if you want to go get Chinese food, say, no, I want to go get Mexican food. See what happens. Little tiny boundaries. But it can be something as small as just asking for more space if someone's in your space, asking for more space, a personal boundary. But practice saying yes to yourself once a day for something small every day. um the last step I would like to talk about is just kind of reconnecting with your inner leader. So you have a person inside you, and it's that person that's running the show, right? And logically what you think you want to do. And then something comes up and you bounce right back to that subconscious programming, and you do exactly the other thing that you didn't want to do. So when I say connect with your inner leader, it's asking yourself when a situation arises, if I trusted myself and loved myself fully, what would I do next? So start being aware of making decisions and acting as if you're already there, as if you're already confident and loving yourself and ready to step out in the world. I love the mantra, I no longer need to earn love. I am learning to live aligned with my truth. I'm going to repeat that again. I no longer need to earn love. I am learning to live aligned with my truth. I know that sounds like a big mouthful, but again, I'll say it one more time. I no longer need to earn love. I am learning to live aligned with my truth. So when something arises, ask yourself, if I was fully myself, fully present, fully here, fully the Tammy I want to be, what is the decision I would make right now? And those are 3 things that you can start doing right now on a daily basis to start getting unstuck. Now, if you join me and if you come work with me and you come in my group coaching and you come anywhere in my world, we're going to talk a lot about getting unstuck, because at the end of the day, we're all stuck. We're all stuck somewhere. And we're like onions, right? You peel back a layer and you figure something out, and then the next day something else gets thrown at you. So it's not abnormal. It's not linear. There's no I'm here right now stuck and tomorrow I'm unstuck, or 2 months from now I'm unstuck. It's going to be a constant practice. I don't want to say a struggle. It's going to be a constant practice. It's going to be an exercise in loving yourself. And at the end of the day, there's nothing better than it. There's nothing better than being able to know your truth, walk your truth, talk your truth, and stand up for your truth, because you are beautiful. You are amazing. You are the absolute best person you can be. I know it. You need to know it. You at the bottom of your heart need to know that you deserve to not be stuck. So guys, jump in in my community. There's links for the Facebook groups. There's links for the courses. We can work together and we can help you become unstuck, because we all want to be unstuck. So until next time, you have a blessed day and we will talk to you soon. Love you guys.